Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie. Oh, already something coming out. Oh, you're gonna like what it is. I'm using my the Power of Surrender cards to see what the theme is going into Gemini season. So today I'm recording this. It is, oh my gosh, May, I almost said March, May 22nd. So we just shifted into Gemini season. So pretty soon I will be able to start doing the zodiac readings for each sign again. Just haven't gotten there yet, but when I have some more time, I'm going to start to do that. So let's just dive right in, see what's coming up for love and relationships. Reminder that if love isn't showing up, or if you're already happily in a relationship and you're not necessarily looking for advice on that, could just be guidance for your own self-development, healing, or it could be about career, money, and other things happening in your life. It can also be about other relationships besides love, like friends, family. And I mean, we have a relationship to everything in life, literally. So relationship to your job, relationship to money, relationship to your friends, family, yourself. So anyways, just keep that in mind. If, don't get too caught up in the like, oh, I'm not in a relationship and I'm not looking for one, or I'm already in love and I'm happily married, or I'm happily in a partnership. It can be for anything. So if you feel drawn to watch it, and especially with the title, then there might be something in it for you. Okay, so the power of surrender. Surrender has been a theme. So that's why I chose these cards today. And it says, surrender to receiving support and love. So sometimes there's things we need to surrender to, like, things that we need to change about how we're acting. I mean, this is that, but we generally think, oh, we need to surrender to something. I apologize if there's background noise. I'm trying a new spot here so that I don't have a lot of background noise. I do have music playing in the background, so if you hear that, it's that, just to try to drown out the background noise. What was I saying? So surrendering to, usually we think of it as something that's like negative, or something we're not doing well, or we're not doing right. I mean, that is this, but I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm not finding the right words. People yelling. But it says, allow the love and support of others in, rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So we really need to learn how to allow ourselves to be loved and supported, and learn to receive receptivity. That's our being in our feminine energy. In a highly masculine society, it can be difficult to be in our feminine energy when it's not necessarily supported or valued. Surrender obsessive thinking. You're overthinking. If you're obsessing about a person or situation, turn the dilemma over to spirit. Doing so will help bring you clarity or even solve the problem. So you're overthinking about something, possibly something you're wanting to do in your life, or it could be overthinking about a relationship. But also what I get is that you're being asked to surrender to receiving love and support from the universe, from spirit, and from people in your life. It could be one or the other, or it could be both. So let's dive more into this. Again, if you hear people talking or like loud noises in the background, I apologize. It seems like every time I go to start recording, all of a sudden everyone's moving around me and doing stuff and wanting to be heard and seen in the video. And it's not like they know what I'm doing, but tends to happen that way. Ooh, judgment. Judgment, the 9 of Wands. So something is going to shift. Judgment is like things awakening, second chances. The 9 of Wands is like we're almost to the end of a cycle, and it's been difficult. We've had to persevere through whatever we've been going through. We feel like the wounded warrior. Oop. Okay, so let's wait until they go into the room. So something wants to come to a close, but that simultaneously a new beginning wants to happen. So, I mean, we just came through eclipse season. which is about endings, new beginnings. I mean, we have so many endings, new beginnings in our lives on the daily, throughout the month, throughout the year, that we sometimes forget that is basically what is constantly happening. Our body's regenerating itself as we eat new food, as we grow, as we change. So emotionally and mentally, we're doing those things too. But judgment is like something that was once dormant that is becoming awakened within you, or it's about getting second chances or redemption. And I feel like this is how you feel in terms of your life up until this point. Like, you've had to persevere, you've had to keep going even though things were difficult. I get that you've had a more difficult than easy life and upbringing, and you've had experiences, which is probably why it's difficult for you to surrender to support and love, because you've maybe always had to do things by yourself. You've always felt like you've always been let down by other people, or realized, oh, people actually are only out for themselves, that kind of thing. I get that's been your, hold on, I'm gonna adjust my legs. That has been your, I don't want to say lesson. Your viewpoint of people. It's not necessarily like you don't hate people. You're not bitter. You've been persevering, but you've been doing everything on your own because you've realized that a lot of people are not, at least the people who have been in your life thus far, are not reliable. I apologize with I can't speak. It's like Mercury retrograde is messing me up. I'm trying to get my thoughts out and they don't seem to want to come out when my brain wants them to. So something is coming into balance in terms of everything you've experienced in the past when it comes to love, support, relationships. It's going to come into balance. I apologize. I keep getting distracted. So the Six of Pentacles is about balance, reciprocity. That's what you realize you haven't had. And that's what the universe is bringing back into balance for you, is all the times you felt like you've been let down or left out, or, people, you've been there for people, but they haven't been there for you. It's not that you're playing the victim. It's genuinely what has happened in your life. You've never, and that's the thing, is because you haven't played into that victim mindset and been blaming other people, projecting it onto other people, saying it's their fault, or, you've learned your lessons and grown through it instead of getting angry and bitter at the world and blaming everyone else. Now, I think what's happening is you can probably feel, because I know I can, you can feel new energy coming in, things are starting to shift, you're not attracted to the same types of people, situations, energy that you used to be, and that's how you know you've changed, and that you really know what true love and support feels like, and so you're not settling for less than that. And you've been doing it on your own for the most part, and it's hard for you to let other people love you, support you, see you, because you're afraid that it means they're going to take advantage of you and your vulnerability. And so that's where the obsessive thinking is coming in, is anytime you meet someone new, or you're in a situation or a relationship, friendship, you find yourself overthinking about, oh, well, are they actually gonna then just fuck me over, things like that. So it's not gonna happen. If you feel different, things are going to be different. If you're choosing different, things are going to be different in your life. And all of the little choices and all of the little steps that you've taken in order to get to this spot where you feel like a different person and you are ready to receive this love and support, you're not going to be brought the same thing. And especially because you've learned those lessons and you've healed from the past. So if you have actually been doing that work, you're not going to have to worry about repeating the same cycles. So that's where the obsessive thinking is coming in as well. Cards are kind of quiet today. What do we want to say? Magician. Magician is finding your power, owning your power. It's about having all the tools you need to create what it is you want. This is how you feel, or this is how you're going to feel going into Gemini season. The Four of Pentacles can be about holding on to something too tightly or feeling guarded. Sometimes the feeling guarded or holding on is something you need to stop doing, and sometimes it's something that is actually good for you. You need to protect yourself a little bit more, because fours represent stability. So there's something, it could represent control too. So Perhaps that's how you used to find your power, is in controlling or attempting to control by either gripping to something and not letting it go, whether it's a relationship, a person, a situation, a job, or a mindset, a belief. Gripping it, not letting it go, that had made you feel like you were in control, or guarding yourself from it, that also makes you feel like you're in control. It's like a false sense of control though. So I feel like that's what you're not doing. You're not going to be doing anymore. You're realizing where you were doing it. Another 4, so the 4 of Cups. This is what you're healing from. It's like you're finding your authentic power and realizing, oh, I don't need to find a false sense of power through this or through the 4 of Cups, which is feeling discontent, not liking anything that you're being offered. I feel like that's also a way to protect ourselves, is by pushing everything away, even if it's nice, if it's supportive, if it's loving, if it actually will help us. You may have a pattern of sabotaging things in that way, just to protect yourself. So if that's true of you, don't make yourself feel wrong or bad about it. We all do it at some point in our lives. It's just a matter of being like, okay, checking in with yourself. Don't automatically push something away. Don't automatically hold on to something. Don't automatically guard yourself from something or be like, oh, this sucks, or, you know, like you want to feel into it. Actually allow yourself to open and ask, discern, is this good for me? And so maybe what it is that you need is like, you felt pressured to like make decisions right away. So you would, that's why you felt like you needed to give a yes or no, or you couldn't take the time and go at the pace that you needed. The Knight of Pentacles is going at a slow pace. It's being really sure about the direction you're headed before choosing that direction. And once you do, it's like, you know that you're committed to that direction. So there could be offers coming in and it's asking you to look at where you could have immediately denied it before out of protecting yourself. It's asking you to possibly be open and see, like, maybe it's just you're not ready for it at the moment. You need a little bit more time. You need to ask more questions. You need to get more details about it. Things like that. Like, realize that it's okay to take your time to decide things. These 2 cards came up for me this morning. So the 6 of Cups is the past. It could be about past lives, or it could be about your childhood. It usually is like nostalgia or happy memories from the past. It could also be somebody coming back into your life. And then we have the Devil, which is addictions, vices, things you feel bound to. I feel like this needing to go slow is coming from something you experienced in your childhood, where you were never really given that option to go at your own pace, to make your own decisions. Things were kind of just decided for you. You were told what to do, or you didn't really get the option of ever choosing things that you could have at that time had a say in what happens for you. That can end up, you know, adults who experience that as children then end up feeling like they can't make their own decisions, or they have to do what somebody else wants them to do, and they end up giving away their power. So that's the theme right now, is like finding your power again in choosing the things that you want to do, not based on what everyone else wants you to do, but based on what you want to do. Ooh, so we have King of Pentacles and a King of Wands. So they're not counterparts, but they could be a good match. Or it could be 2 aspects of you. Your masculine side, which is creative, he's like very entrepreneurial, goes after what he wants. Sorry, I'm having a hard time like speaking. You know, he's, like I said, he's creative and passionate about what he does. And he's very charming also, and very magnetic. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. And so that feminine energy is nurturing and grounded, and stable, wealthy. So it could be 2 aspects of you, or this could be you and another person, or a counterpart. The 2 of Wands. So needing to make a decision. Okay, so I'm noticing how I put these 2 cards down like this, and she has his back to her. I mean, she has his back to him. and he's looking over at her like he's waiting for something, right? That's kind of, because then I have this card right here down this like this, and it's like I get that this is him, like wait, like he's decided. It feels like a masculine energy has decided about this feminine, or it's like the masculine aspect of you has decided in which direction you want to go when it comes to something. Looks like maybe career, or just how you want to live your life. And it looks like they're waiting for the feminine to turn around and choose it. So maybe that's what it is. With the whole Knight of Pentacles and needing to go at your own pace, perhaps that is also why, if you're wondering why something hasn't happened yet, or you feel like you haven't been able to fully choose something that you know that you deep down want, it's because it's coming from past trauma, or, you know, healing that needs to happen from your childhood, where you felt like you got forced into decisions, forced into doing things the way everyone else wanted you to. So it's almost like that child self is like, in order to heal, like you're experiencing the opposite, which is, no, I'm going to take my time and I'm really going to decide. I'm going to think about it. But again, we also have this, so surrender obsessive thinking. So you don't want it to be overthinking to the point of where you just don't ever choose anything. But, excuse me, you still can go at your own pace. You just want to make sure you're not maybe being excessive about waiting to choose when you know that this is something that's right for you, but maybe that's what it is. It's asking you to be open to realize, like, hey, this thing that you're thinking about, that you're deciding on, is actually loving and supportive. So you don't have to overthink it, because it's here and it's already chosen you, because it knows that it wants you, right? Whatever that is, a job, a new career, a house, a relationship, a new lifestyle. But what's been happening, I guess, is Page of Swords is about observation. Nine of Swords is anxiety, stress, sleepless nights. You've been observing. You've been needing to observe and witness in order to heal and move forward from it. All of the anxious thoughts that, like, to me, this is like, this would be the same thing. Like the obsessive thinking is like this card. You've needed to witness all of that in a healthy state of mind in order to let it go and realize, okay, I see where I am stressing myself out and I don't need to or want to anymore. And I see that it's just coming from the past, and that this stuff in front of me isn't actually what I am afraid it might be. The Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is about juggling, balance, juggling too many things at once. I feel like managing your stress, your anxiety, and your stressful thoughts, your obsessive thinking is like a full-time job. And maybe you hadn't realized it until this point where you're like, wow, I'm constantly having to like support myself or work through all these thoughts that bring up these negative emotions. And you're realizing, okay, this is not sustainable. I can't live a happy life if I keep doing this. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, waiting, and more waiting, pausing. It's more about pausing and looking at what you're creating. The Three of Pentacles is about teamwork and collaboration. And the Five of Cups is sadness, loss, looking at things that didn't work out. So it is good to look at what you've already been creating and to weed out the things that have not worked for you, and to not like necessarily go back to them or bring them into this new project or new direction that you're going. So it's asking you to do that, to take the time to do that. Because and this feels more like money, career possibly, because we have a lot of pentacles here. But something made you sad, something didn't work out, or you felt like you missed out on something. But if you stay in that energy trying to create something new, or if you don't fully address it, it's going to be brought in there with you, and then it's going to kind of sabotage the thing you're trying to create that's new, if that makes sense. So the Eight of Wands, which is could be about communication, manifestation. It's about quick movement though, movement forward, something happening, something manifesting. The Empress is feminine energy. She's fertile. She's the mother archetype. Ready to give birth. I feel like there's something ready to come through you. And again, but see, this is that surrender to receiving support and love. You have to tap into your feminine energy of receiving in order for it to come through. And that's going to happen as you kind of examine your feelings here. Like possibly why you haven't been wanting to be open to more receiving is because you knew that there's going to be stuff you didn't want to feel from the past when you did open to receiving. So in order to have something new come in, we have to make space first and let go of the old. So there may have just been wanting to protect yourself from feeling certain things. And the Seven of Cups. Daydreaming. Looking at your options. Having a lot of options. I feel like it's like, yeah, when you're in your receptive mode, it's you realizing, oh, I can really choose how I feel about this story that's coming up. I kind of get that's what it means. And that's exercising your power. All right, let me just get a couple more and then we're going to end it. Actually, I'm going to use my Crow Tarot. The Five of Wands, that's chaos, competition, things working against each other. And the Page of Wands. So we have the Five of Wands, competition, we have Page of Wands. So like the spark, it's like a person who's ready to bring a project, start a project, light the fire underneath a project. The Empress again. I feel like it's asking you to choose. If you'll notice, there is a wand in this card with the Empress right here. And it's like possibly having a lot of different options, things competing for your energy. It's like once you choose, again, it's about choosing something, because we had the Two of Wands in the beginning about something's ready to choose you. Are you ready to choose it? It's asking you to choose and to like fly in that direction, to not doubt yourself, to not sabotage, to trust that this direction that you're choosing is actually what's meant for you. And that it's going to be loving and supportive and fruitful. Okay, this card wants to come out. And the Eight of Cups. But you're going to need to walk away from some things. Like as she's flying towards this wand that she's choosing, she's also flying away from things that no longer served her. So what are you not letting go of? Let's ask that. What are you not? We have the Nine of Wands again. So the Nine of Wands again is feeling like the wounded warrior. It's how you feel about it. It's how you feel about your life, about what has happened in your life. It's that. It's like it's changing your perspective of it. It's asking you to see, to like make peace with it, to not forget what you've been through, but maybe not keep going back to it. Maybe that's a comfort thing where you would keep replaying scenarios in your head, keep overthinking about situations that happen to try to find new meaning to it. And it's asking you to stop doing that. The King of Cups. Choose to be loved. Like choose to allow yourself to be loved. To choose to love yourself. Just choose love. That's basically what it's saying is choose love. That's what I keep hearing. Just choose love. Choose to be loved. Choose to love. Love yourself and the past. You know, perhaps you are judging yourself or thinking negatively about yourself for things that happened in the past, still thinking negatively about someone else. It's not excusing anyone's behavior, your own included, but it doesn't mean that you still have to stay there. It's like your energy body and your mental body and your emotional body is still residing, even though your physical body is like in a completely new space. Like parts of you are still residing in the past. So this is my Isis Oracle. This one's called Knot of Isis. Part of your spiritual destiny involves a special relationship with the goddess. Yes, the Empress. The Empress is considered goddess energy. This means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are now deepening your connection to the goddess. So it's asking you to tap into your goddess receptivity, and to love and be loved. Like that's what the goddess is she loves. She wants to love and she wants to be loved. Pyramid of Light, psychic protection. As a being of light, darker energies may at times seek to interfere with your spiritual progress. This could be the obsessive thinking, when things start coming back, it's like things may come into your energy field, but it's up to you whether you play into it or not, whether you attach yourself to it or not. There is nothing to fear and only more awareness of the power and protection of divine love to experience. The Pyramid of Light confirms that energies have been causing interference with your path, and it is now time for that interference to cease completely through loving divine power. I mean, that could help with some of the feelings of like, why has this been happening to me? Why has it been so difficult for me in my life? You know, that wounded warrior energy, it's telling you that there have been interferences in your life when you've been positively trying to change and do something different. So maybe that gives you a little bit of relief. And we have power over 7 scorpions. You are being initiated into the magic of conjuring so as to have power to affect lower vibrational forces through your own will and spoken word. You are guided to use this powerful gift with compassion and discernment, with mercy and non-judgment. You can then manage any toxicity in your life swiftly and with great effect. So you are finding your power against the toxic, negative, lower vibrational energies that had possibly been affecting you for most of your life. And it's time to shift that. So if you need support in doing this for yourself, please book a session with me. We can do ThetaHealing, Reiki, tarot, and coaching to help you build up that power and that momentum and feel supported and loved in order to get through this last leg of healing, because we're at the 9 of Wands right now, which means we're 1 away from the 10 of Wands, which means we're finally putting burdens down and coming to a completion of a cycle. So I'm here for you if you need the information. The link is below to schedule with me. Once you do pay for your session, then I will send you an email with the link to my calendar. So I love you guys so much. I hope your Gemini season is amazing and healing and goddess-like, and I hope that you receive all of the love and support that you desire. So I will see you again soon. Bye.